Okay, today I'm going to do a video about swapping out my OEM speakers with some aftermarket period correct speakers from the 80s. Alright, this is the Kenwood KSC5090 three-way speaker. Alright, with a woofer, mid-range, and two tweeters over here. Okay, and this is a speaker that lights up. Alright, this Kenwood writing will light up when you turn on the lights. Originally it came with bullet connectors, so I've soldered the wire to for the lights to XT30 connector over here. Alright, positive, negative. Just written over here and shrink it, and these are for the speaker sound cable. Okay, notice that there's no connector here because I plan to use back the connector that is on the original speaker, so I'm going to desolder from there and put it over here. Alright, before I bought this, I made sure that this will fit in my car. So the width over here is 280 and the height is 130, and this is 170. Alright, so I made sure that fits, and you can see here underneath. Alright, this is again the speaker wires for the lights, and this for the sound. Alright, which is connected here, and there's 4 screws here. This screw holds this bracket in here. Alright, I removed the bracket because I need to buy a M10 bolt, but I'm not sure what is the length of the bolt needed. I will show you how I intend to fix this in the car without any drilling on the car. Alright, so I need to put this in the car and measure what kind of length of bolt I need. Alright, so now I need to remove the old speakers and remove the back seat. You can see from here, this is the original speaker, how it looks like. So I need to remove the back seat. To remove the back seat on this car is rather simple. There is underneath here, there's a kind of a tab. You need to pull one here and one over there, so you need to pull at the same time. So the easiest way I need to do is and then get more space is I need to move this seat forward, both seat forward, and then go behind here and use both my right and left hand and pull this, and then remove this, and then remove 3 M12 screws, 12 mm screws 1, 2 and 3, and then lift up the seat back, and I can access the speakers at the back there. I also need to remove the parcel shelf because the speaker screw is hidden underneath the parcel shelf. Okay, I got the lower part of the back seat out. Right, it actually goes inside these slots over here, and I was wrong. Actually, there's only 2 bolts, 12 here and over here. Right, so I'm going to loosen that, and then I need to lift this up from the back of the hooks. There's hooks at the back there, so I'll lift it up and then pull it out. Alright, so I'm going to do that now. Okay, I managed to get the seat out, so now I need to remove all these wires. I need to unhook these wires because these wires are for the rear camera. I need to reroute this because once I put the speakers in, it's going to get in the way of these wires. So I'm going to remove this, unplug these wires, and then remove this trim, and remove this trim over here, and the MDF board. This one I need to pry open because it's clipped in. Pry this open, and I can remove the MDF board. Right, this is the air purifier. This will get in the way of the speakers, so the speakers cannot be put in the center. If I put it in the center, the speakers will be eating into this area over here like this. Alright, so I need to offset the speakers to one side. Okay, let's get to it. Remove all these trims and this cover. Okay, I got the cables disconnected. This is for the rear camera, dash cam camera, right? So I got the covers off, I got this trim off. So next thing, I need to remove this trim, and I'm going to remove this MDF board, slide it out. Alright, turned out to be supposed to be a simple thing, turned out to be a bit troublesome because these third brake light wire goes through a hole that my mechanic made earlier. Alright, so because of that I had to cut the wires, then I can maneuver this out. So I'm going to solder XT30 connector over here and another XT30 on the wiring loom on the car, and next time I can just remove this by disconnecting. So now yeah, I can remove this board. Okay, now I finally got the speakers exposed, so I need to remove these bolts 1, 2 and 3, and then I can remove this bracket. Right, and remove the speaker and disconnect that connector, and yeah, it's very difficult to see from here. This connector behind there. I'll find out which one is the positive and negative. First let's remove it. Alright, I got the speaker out, one of it. You can see there's quite an amount of dust on top here, and the speaker is not that great, it's just adequate. It's 4 ohm 10 watts, it's very low power, right? And luckily you can see from the connector over here, it clearly marks the positive and negative, so there's no need for me to use the multimeter and check that. So the blue is the positive. So now I'm going to desolder this and solder it to the new speakers. Alright, and yeah, this is the wire from the stereo loom. Right, I'm going to put the new speaker on top here and do a mock-up. Alright, okay, soldered the connectors on, alright, and heat shrink. So now I'm going to do a test fit. Mark the center point of the sheet metal here, and this I measured the cover for the air purifier. It's 400 mm, so this is 200 from center and this is 200 from center, right? So the plan is when I put the speaker, I need to make sure there is a gap of at least 20 millimeters between this edge and the speaker edge, then I can position it correctly. Okay, as you can see, this is the XT30 connector for the speaker lights. I've done this earlier. The ground is to the metal body, but the positive cable I pull it all the way from the number plate lights, right? So it's a parallel wiring. There's one here and one underneath here. I'm going to remove this soon. Just first I want to put the speaker and find out how long of a bolt I need to clamp. Alright, to clamp I'm going to put a metal piece over here to clamp this speaker in place and position it. Alright, so that I cannot put it exactly where I want, I need to put it somewhere here. As you can see, this may be only 10 millimeters from the edge of the cover. Alright, I have no choice because this hole is not very big for the clearance of this old speaker. It's not very big, and the bracket, you can see this mounting that's in the middle. If I put it here, the bolt is already very close to the edge of the hole over here, very close to the edge. So I have no choice, I have to put somewhere here. So now I'm going to measure how long do I need the bolt. Okay, from my measurement, the bolt needed is 30 millimeters. Alright, but that is with condition that this is going down all the way, which it cannot, alright, because I need to put some insulation underneath here. So the insulation may be about 10 millimeters thick. Alright, so I'm going to give about 20 millimeters extra length of bolt. So I'm going to buy a M10 by 50 length bolt. Yeah, M10 by 50 length full thread. Alright, and then I'm going to cover up this area over here with rubber and sponge. Alright, cover up over here and make hole in the insulation so the bolt, M10 bolt, can come somewhere here. And I use the flat bracket and to clamp underneath here. I'm going to put some rubber on the bracket also. Alright, okay, I'm going to buy the bolt now. Okay, I'm back from the bolt nut shop. I got a bright idea of using M6 instead of M10. Okay, this is M10. As you can see, it is a perfect fit into here and also fits into the bracket. But the problem with that is if I use the M10, I need to drill this bracket, which I don't want to do. I don't have a drill right now. So what I want to do is use an M6 with a washer and maybe some of this M10 washer together. Alright, and so that I don't have to drill this bracket, right? And then use some thread lock to lock it in. I've screwed it in and applied thread lock, so it's going to be like this, and I'm going to put these 4 small screws underneath. Alright, okay, this is the final positioning. You can see this is somewhere here, right? There's still some gap from the air purifier, and the bolt is there is some distance between the bolt and the side of the opening for the speaker. Alright, so now I'm going to go the other side and put in the flat bracket and see where is it. Then I need to insulate the bracket. So I've insulated this bracket, so there's no metal to metal contact. So this is where the screw will go through. This one will touch the body, the stamping part of the body. Alright, so insulate against that. And now we're going to put on the insulation over there. Okay, I'm here in the car, and this is the light, the wiring for the light, and this is for the speaker. And because this is already tied down over here, of course I can remove this, but I don't want to. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this speaker connector here above. Doesn't have to go underneath here. Alright, my plan is to, when I cut the rubber insulation and the foam, I'm going to stick it over here, build up the layers, and make a cutting over here to clear this connector, so the foam will be above the here. Alright, and when I put down the speaker and I can connect this over here, and I tighten it down, it won't crush this connector. Alright, so let's get to it. Okay, it's more or less there. The hole for the bolt to go through, hole for the light wire, and clearance for this connector. Same over here. So now I'm going to start to put back the parcel shelf and see if there's any sponge damage on the parcel shelf. I'll fix it one shot and then install it back. So I put back the parcel shelf and everything, and it turns out that this screw is not long enough. With all the padding in there, the bracket only reached until here, so I couldn't put the nut on. So I went to the shop and get a longer screw. Alright, 65 mm, so this will fit. So now I have to remove this and put a long screw. Speaker's working. Light is on. Light off. Light on. Light off. Just first day with the Kenwood speaker. Right, let's turn on the lights and see what we can see. Light is on. Okay, alright, look at that. Kenwood. Can see very clearly. Alright, and let's see the speaker power. Cannot see from here, from outside. Okay, I can see from here the speaker power. Alright, let's turn on the music now. What do we hear? Turn on the music. Off the lights. Sound is so much better than before.